Okay, so here's the first tournament I'm going to show, and I'm just showing hand 91. This is basically where the rebuy period ends, and I just wanted to show this because this is one where I start with 37,000, which is really about the minimum, like I was saying, you can get. You can see I rebuy for 30K more. Actually, sorry, that's not the minimum. I guess the minimum is 30. You can start the rebuy period with 36K. But 37,000 or 66,000 is just over 5 big blinds that I'm starting the tournament with. So I think this is a pretty good example of, going deep and building a big stack. Now, I believe if I remember, I do hit a lot of big hands, and obviously that helps. But the first hand I want to talk about is hand 100, which is right here. And I basically see a shove from middle position, and this is what I was kind of saying earlier, just in this video, just about getting the right odds. I'm getting 2.9 to 1. It's half my stack, but I do have Queen 10 suited. And if you look at what the range is here to shut off in the cutoff, to shove the cutoff, I think there's a lot of suited connector type hands. There's a lot of ace small card hands. There's small pocket pairs. There's just a whole myriad. I can't really be that bad against this guy's range. And so I call here, and he has ace jack. If you were to map that out, it's probably a 60-40. And I do get really lucky, actually, even on the turn, which does give me a bunch of outs, but it puts me behind. He hits a jack on the turn, and I river at 10 and take him out. So, I stand by that call. I'd make it again in a heartbeat. The very next hand, so now you can see I'm up to 10 big blinds. There's an early position shove, and there's another flat call in middle position here, which is obviously pretty scary. This guy's flat calling. He's leaving himself super short. This isn't a play you'd want to try at home, but I feel like with ace queen here, I believe that there's going to be, now you can also see, this UTG player doesn't go all in, and this is a very common thing in satellites, where someone will raise basically more than half their stack. They're obviously committed themselves to the pot, but what they're trying to do is not be all in and catch the big blind off guard. They probably feel like if they go all in here, the big blind might look and say, oh, I have odds to call and call. But when they have to shove, it's like a mental thing. They don't want to do that, and sometimes people call. Now, back to the task at hand here. There's 113K in the pot. Presumably, I'm going to be all in with Akash here. He's not probably going to fold what he has, but there's already 113K in the pot, and it's basically a double up for me for what's in the pot. I'm probably flipping. I would say I'm better than flipping with Akash's range, because I think he would maybe, obviously flatting's terrible there, but he might flat with ace jack, ace 10. There's also a possibility he might call with like 7s or 6s and fold to a shove. Again, I think ace queen's a pretty simple shove there. I don't think I can play it any other way. Obviously, the UTG player calls, and they both call, and you can see I have them. I'm in great shot for this hand. So why Akash is calling line, this is again what happens in these Sunday Million satellites. They get into the rebuy period. I guess they get bored. They just want to gamble, whatever. And right now, if you look at it, the main pot has 219K in it, I believe. And then there's two side pots. This 30,000 is mine no matter what happens. I'm going to win that. And then the 156K is the side pot. So obviously, I'm back. I'm going to be ahead of where I was at the start of the hand if I win, and I'm 75-25 to win against the Queen 10. And here, the main pot, I'm ahead for the main pot as well. I think I'm probably about 40% to win that main pot, and that's without looking at any math. So you can see I obviously win this hand, otherwise why would I show it? Of course, I get really lucky on the turn after getting really unlucky on the flop. But obviously on that flop, I'm in pretty rough shape because, well, not in rough shape, but it's not a great flop because I can easily lose to the Jack-9 too. If it turns an 8 or a king, I'm drawing super slim. Well, dead if it's an 8. But that's basically a good spot that I get a lot of my chips. You can see now I have 400K.